Might want to move it to the edge of the desk, otherwise you'd be kind of like...
I'm like this again.
You'd be like...
sorry.
Do you want... Oh, wait, no.
Wait,
Never mind.
you didn't hit me, I don't think.
I'm keeping my chair. I was going to say, do you want my chair because you can wind it up? If you want, like,
You're like,
you can, like,
wait,
You're calling me short.
in order for that to happen, I'd have to give up my chair.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I don't want to do that.
I'm not that good of a person. Chairs where I draw the
I
line.
don't think anyone is.
Are we
Can
rolling?
you hear that?
Hmm?
Can you hear me swallowing?
No, if we want to.
Do you want us to hear you? Sounds like you do.
Gulp.
Yeah, I mean, we're rolling.
We rolling?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh. Okay.
Should be the intro. Yeah. How's everyone's days?
Well, my name is Charlie, and my day's been great.
Nice.
Thank you, Kei, because I've been with you all day.
Cute.
How lovely.
Oh.
Romance.
My name's Emmy, and my day has gotten better because I've come to see you guys. But also, I spent all day editing, so I just need social interaction.
Right. Yeah.
I'd come and hug you if I wasn't pinned in by this table right now.
Bluetooth hugs. I saw that one time, and I cringed so hard. But
Wait, what is it?
someone's like, this couple on this dating show, they're like, Bluetooth hug.
Have you seen the Bluetooth seatbelt?
No.
How does that work?
It doesn't work.
Uh-oh.
That's the whole thing. It's just like it's like the little buckle piece you put in, and then like the thing up there, but there's no belt in between. And it's like Bluetooth seatbelt.
Very useful.
Great.
Yeah. So early in the day, me and Charlie were sort of thinking about maybe gearing this one sort of towards not having too structured, but gearing towards whatever the note says. What the notes say.
We don't script this.
Mystery notes.
Like how we sort of work as work and just like
because we don't work, we sort of work. Like,
yeah,
how do we like
sort of
partially work?
Yeah. Like how we basically how we just do things as creatives and
our process.
yeah.
Ooh, creatives.
Creatives.
Well,
Creative.
creators or creatives? That's everything.
Oh yeah, true.
Like we create. We are creators. You're a creator as well. Would you say?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I guess
make
kind of goes
shit.
hand in hand. Like if you're a creator, then you're like a creative.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Unless you create stuff, but you're not creative or innovative at all.
Yeah,
Innovative.
true.
Sure.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You could also be a creative thinker and not actually be creating things.
Yes.
True,
That's
true.
true.
Wow, we're really unpacking this, aren't we?
Yeah,
No.
damn.
Just this.
But we can define it as someone who a creative creator. How about that?
Yeah.
And that encompasses our photography, filmmaking, any kind of video, any kind of writing, any kind of art, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't draw or paint at all.
I'm like the worst.
Shot, bro. So
I'm the worst at that.
typical artist things I'm not good at, you know.
Well, I haven't done it in ages, so I could be shit.
And I forgot what Citizen Kane was, but I watched it and I can't remember a single thing about it, so I'm not very much of an artist in that sense either.
Yeah, but like I literally I think I did one good drawing. No, it was one average drawing once, and I spent like a couple of days on it. It was like real basic.
Right.
But yeah, so I'm really bad at drawing and painting. Okay. I actually haven't tried painting too much.
Okay, but we make up for it because we do other things. You know?
Yeah.
We like paint and photos as well.
Yeah. So.
Exactly. That's cooler.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so our processes, because to create something you have to have a process and a sort of a system or a structure. And I could look back and I probably can't think too clearly what my structures and systems are because like it changes a lot. But I wonder on like the most recent project you've done, whether it's like shooting one photo or like a year-long documentary, whatever it is. Like, wonder in the most recent project, what was like a system you used for it?
Oh dear. I don't have any system, which is why I procrastinate so much on things because I don't have structure. But now I'm starting to build structure.
Do you need us to keep you in line? Get some structure.
Yeah. I need someone to just smack me. Come
Wait.
over me.
Okay, we won't quite go that far.
Yeah, we won't go that far. We'll just
we'll verbally smack you.
We'll give you words of heavy encouragement.
Words of hatred.
As he says, rolling up his arms. Ty's just rolling up his sleeves.
Oh,
verbally encouraging.
Fuck.
Oh, my sleeves ripped.
Can't crack my knuckles down.
Well, that's a big part of it, like lack of structure or a system. But I guess I'm thinking more about like instinctive processes as well. Like, what do you not what's your ideal? What would you like to be doing? But what like you end up doing, I guess, because we've all created some cool shit.
I hope so. You guys,
Yeah, like
baby.
sometimes like I take a shit and I look in the toilet and I'm like, damn.
Shit, cool one.
Fiverr.
Hey Ma, come look at this.
Oh.
Yeah.
But we've all for sure created some cool stuff.
Yeah.
So like, if we look back on something we're proud of, right?
Wait. Actually, like a question.
I can't
Can you
think
think
of
of?
anything.
Can you think of like something that you did early on that you're still proud of? Because like usually,
yeah, good question.
like I look at like my photos from when I was like kind of starting, and I'm like pretty embarrassed about them. So like, is there something that like you have that you can look back on that was quite far like back, close to when you were starting, and you can be like, damn, I'm still kind of proud of that, just because like ended up being good.
It's a great question. Yes.
What is it?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Just yes.
Follow-up
and then-
question. What is it? Yeah, I mean, how long are we talking? Like, we're talking like quite close to when we started, or
Yeah, close to when we started. Let's say like in the first half of when we started.
first half? Okay. Okay, I'm pretty proud of a stop motion film I did, which was like the last stop motion film I did.
Right.
I did after I did this one, I did like half a stop motion video for a music video. Like it was half
Right.
live action, half stop
I love
motion,
that one.
which is like a crazy. And that was pretty cool. But this is the last actual stop motion film, and it was 20 minutes long.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it was like a good year of my life actually.
A year.
Yeah, it was 9-10 months maybe.
Oh
but
my
to a year.
god.
And it was
Wow.
called The Hunt of the Imandura. And for Lord of the Rings fans, you know, the Imandura is a mountain range in Middle Earth. But I made this fantasy film, it kind of like connected to the main story, but spun off like fantasy films do. Anyway, I think I'm proud that I wrote the script that had like an actual story to it that was kind of emotional and had characters in it and developed. Like it was full on. I look back on it, I'm like, damn, that's a full on like story in this 20 minutes.
Right.
Like, and like the animation is like there's some cool parts, some real crappy parts, but
Yeah.
overall, like I look at it as like a narrative story. I'm like, damn, if I made a film that had the same emotional kind of journey and pacing today, I'd be pretty proud. I think still.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe not visually, but you know the story of it.
Right. Yeah. Nice. That's cool.
What about you? Em? You
I
got
can't think of anything. I can only think of one photo I took of my cat ages ago. It was one of the first photos I took with my Nikon. Don't shit on it. I know it's bad.
we just saw a music video by this guy called Sam Newton.
I saw it on my recommended.
You saw that the
I haven't
Nikon,
seen it yet.
and the thumbnail is like a
Potato.
potato.
yeah.
Shoots on Nikon.
Yeah,
It's such a good video.
If our viewers want to see that, what was it called?
Shoots on Nikon.
Shoots on Nikon. Yeah, by
it's
Sam Newton.
So good.
It's just real funny, good rap slash singing video.
Slash
song.
dump on Nikon.
Yeah, big dump on Nikon. Yeah.
Sorry, as you were saying, Nikon user.
Well, it actually turned out to be a really nice photo, and when I look back on it, it's still a nice photo. Which, I mean, I don't really do photography at all, so maybe that's just indicative of my declining skills. But I still think it's a nice photo. It's got a good bokeh in the background, which is the main thing.
We do like that on this podcast.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
In case you didn't realize.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
in case you
nice.
didn't read the title, the subtitle, and the
Intro.
intro. Like, come on.
This is about bokeh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, in the last episode, I completely blanked out on what you said, and it was very clear. So maybe we had some listeners like me who just blank out.
No, it's all right. I do mumble, I'll admit.
But it was so clear.
Yeah, in the podcast
Yeah.
it was. I think I hid my mouth behind the mic. And just,
But she
I
has
have
earphones in.
Don't make excuses for me.
okay, I won't anymore. It's all right. We're verbally going to smack you now.
Wait, what?
verbally.
I
Wow. Your mind went straight there, huh?
what do you want to say?
I'm leaving.
all right. Kai, give us an early piece of work you're proud of, bro.
Damn. It was like the setup was real shitty, but the photo end product was averagely good. Like,
Okay.
Very nice.
like it's like this photo, and I put like Jenga blocks in. I'll just show it to you, and we can like show it while I'm explaining it. I'll get to it, but like we can show it up on the screen. So basically,
Wait,
I
we're
put.
gonna bother to edit this? Oh, okay.
We can just put it for like that little part. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
But
I'm just lazy.
You won't put it in.
So basically, it's like I had the idea of I wanted like an alleyway. This was in quarantine, so I couldn't go outside. So I wanted an alleyway, and I wanted like a subject at the end. So then I ended up just making an alleyway like out of Jenga, and I put like a light over it.
Wow, wait, can I?
And put like a little Buddha guy at the end.
I saw that.
Yeah, which is
That's
like
really cool.
which
Yeah.
is a little.
What the hell? That's so
How
cool.
did you light that photo? Did you light
Yeah,
the
so
sides?
actually, I just got like a lamp. There's a video. You can swipe and see the video actually.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
wow.
I just got literally like a light and shone it just in front of him through the Jenga, and the Jenga like got that much space in between them, even though in the photo they look real close. But and then it like had that nice hazy glow. So yeah.
And how long ago was that? Was during lockdown?
That was during lockdown, so that was like a good year ago. Yeah.
Wow, that is so
That's really cool.
bloody creative. It's
Yeah.
so I wouldn't have anticipated that it would be so long as well.
Also, the work behind that,
Yeah.
when the jingle blocks
Yeah.
up, and trusting they won't, get knocked by one of your cats or something,
Oh, do we have a cat at that point?
Oh,
Yeah, we
oh,
did.
you
We did actually. So yeah, I was
look on your
trusting it.
feed and see if you see pictures of cats before that.
But so that was like one of my that was like the only photo that I can look back from back then and be like,
Right.
oh yeah.
Really? Oh wow.
Although there's one self-portrait, but it's like average.
Wait, which one's that?
Ooh.
It's like
Is that the Goku eyes?
What?
Not Goku. Like
Goku.
superhero eyes. with
Oh
the top.
nah, it's
Super
like
Saiyan.
Or
it's
is
like
it- is
this
it-
one.
Oh.
Whoa.
It's like
Oh, it's the Schmexy one.
yeah. That at the point I didn't even have my own camera. This was my sister's camera. That was like how beginning I was. I couldn't even like
Yeah.
I didn't even have any of my own gear.
That's honestly a real nice photo. Like you must have. What did you do for lighting? Was that just outside?
That was just outside. It was just nice and cloudy. so
Yeah. Real nice lighting.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
I feel like we probably shouldn't. I shouldn't have brought that up, like, because, we're gonna have podcast listeners that aren't gonna be on YouTube. So like, Anyway, you guys can suffer.
Let me describe the photo for you. Okay, so Kai is semi-shirtless. It's open, and you can see 6, 8, 10, 12 back.
Wait, 14.
12.
Oh yeah, sorry, I missed that one. There.
That was when I was like
he's
real
blushing.
skinny.
He's blushing. It's not
The good thing.
it's
The
not
good
red
thing
light
about being
behind us.
black is that you can't see when I blush. So if I've been like, if I just put on a straight face.
Yeah.
Like if I get a compliment by a girl, like bro, it ain't showing.
Damn, he's
You're just-
smooth.
You're so smooth and you're
Isn't
just burning.
Yeah, on the inside I'm like, all fire, and on the outside I'm like, what's up?
Damn, he's confident.
Inside,
Yeah.
I'm not brown enough to hide a blush. So.
And there's no chance
Yeah, you're glowing red right now.
my bit of Scottish ancestry is just coming out.
I feel like you're blushing now.
That's the light, I swear. It's our studio light.
You just face that way.
Cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm curious, Emmy, really quickly. You have been making this project recently. I've seen some sneak pics of.
Oh yeah, it's not really a full-blown project yet. This is just a trailer for it, so I feel bad for hyping it up.
Well, that's what trailers are for. It's a trailer for.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes. It's a bit long for a trailer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Avengers had like 2.5, but
Well, I'm no Avenger, unfortunately.
No, so what? I'm curious. Talking about creativity, like around this new project, is there a certain? Because it looks very creative. You're in like wigs and like different costumes, and like you've got
It's
this
an
different,
excuse to dress up.
all this different lighting. It looks like really like out there. I must say, from the little bit I've seen.
Okay.
Just because I'm a friend, I don't get more exclusive looks at it. So I don't know anything else. But yeah, I'm curious.
Nobody can see it.
I'm curious, like, what any creativity around that, and like what's made you sort of like start on this project from before, because your other YouTube videos, lots of them been sort of talking to camera. What's made you like go, right, I want to dress up with wigs and go wild?
Well, I just got really bored of that stuff because I was scrolling through YouTube, as you do sometimes. Well, you don't because you're productive.
I definitely still scroll through YouTube.
Damn,
Or actually,
You do 2 minutes scroll.
like like sometimes I'll get like
watch the
a
shorts.
drone video. Like this do you guys know Captain Drone?
No.
He's like the best Canadian out there.
Is he an
Really?
Avenger?
He should be. But he does like
Captain
real
Canada.
cool like FPV drones and other drone reviews. So like his videos, he's like one of the only people I have the bell notifications on for.
Ooh,
So
exclusive.
And so then like his video will pop up and then I'll like click on it and then I'll see something else below his video that's like recommended. I'll be like, oh, just like 5 more minutes. And then, like again, 5 more minutes. So I get like YouTube's really good at like keeping me around. Like once I go on there, I'm like, damn, come on. They're like,
Stuff.
Right.
yeah. have you guys like got stuck into those movie reviews where it's like the title is just like, oh, like girl gets trapped in basement by like, I don't know, like school, like hot school psychopath, and it's like, what is that story? It's like there's this hot psychopath, like what is it?
And it's a movie review.
Yeah, it's like not a review, it's more like a recap. And it's like, and then I just like watch those without actually watching the real movie.
Yes, same.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
I do that.
But yeah.
Yeah, YouTube can definitely suck you in once you're on there.
That's exactly what they want.
If you don't stick to your sub box, like you'll scroll that homepage for hours.
Yeah. There's actually a thing
An
of like
extension. A Google extension.
Oh.
Is this not what you're talking about?
No, wait, now I'm confused.
Oh, but there's a Google Chrome extension where you can actually choose to hide things. So you can hide your homepage. So I do that because otherwise I get stuck on it.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, sorry. We're not on the same wavelength than I thought.
Forgot what I was saying.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's fine.
That's right. Em, should we jump back to your project? I'm really curious because we're talking about creativity and creating things. Like, what's inspired you to make this new project? Would you say?
Well, it's kind of weird because I tie it all back to a fever I got because I don't usually get sick. I know, flex, but I try not to at least. But this time it was just so bad it knocked me out, and I don't know. I was just lying in bed all day. I couldn't do anything, and it's weird because I was thinking back to when I was healthy and walking about and I wasn't doing anything and I was just making boring stuff that I didn't like, and I went, okay, as soon as I get better and I can breathe through my nose, I'm going to get up and do something creative that I love. I'm going to buy some wigs, I'm going to dress up, I'm going to have this thing be retro inspired. I'm just going to do what I want. And
It sounds like an own mini lockdown.
I know.
Like
I had
a break from life. Yeah.
A mini breakdown lockdown.
Yeah, I definitely find that though whenever I'm sick or away from the action, like I come back feeling more inspired than ever.
Absolutely.
There's an energy that comes with that, eh? It's like a break from. It's a good perspective changer.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that like 4 a.m. like 12 a.m.
I
like motivation?
I get 1:42.
But like when you like stay up late and then all of a sudden you're like about to go to bed and you're like, fuck it, time for some push-ups. You ever get that? Like you're just like, alright, we about to like, I don't know, like you just feel like you want to like do something just like productive and you're like, like yeah. I know, I get that quite a bit.
To be honest, it's gonna sound weird. As I've gotten older, not that I'm old yet.
Old age.
No, like I feel like
Back
2 years,
in my day.
2 years ago, I would have I'd had that, and now for some reason I don't have it as much. I don't know why, but in the evenings I'm like, oh fuck it, I'll just watch a movie.
Right.
Like, but if I'm with people, I'm definitely have that motivation.
Yeah. I'm not talking about like in the evenings. I'm pretty much the same. Like if I've done like stuff during the day, I'm like, oh yeah, let's watch a movie. But like if I've like stayed up quite late, and then it's like morning, but like either like 1 or 12, and then like I'm about to head into bed, and then I'm just like, damn, I need to do something, and then like
the floor's looking really good.
Just like
let's go.
There's one time I can think of where I've had that in the last like year.
Damn,
like it's pretty like few and far between, maybe 6 months. It's not a very proud one, I must say. No, the motivation was like it must have been like 12:30 or 1 a.m. and I was like lying in bed, and I think I just finished watching a movie or something. I was in bed and I got my phone out, and I know I keep my room. It's a really bad habit. But I was messaging, and I'd been messaging with this girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh.
Shot for the sound effect. And they were like, and we was talking and like flirting a little bit, and I was like, I'm gonna go to bed now. And they're like, unless you want to like meet up. And it was almost 1 a.m, and I was like, I was really shattered. I've been like shooting all day. I'd be like full day like shooting and editing. I was like so shattered, and I was like, okay. And I like jumped out, and I didn't end up going out, but for a second I had that motivation. I was like, all right, let's do this.
And then you fell asleep.
So yeah, that's my only 1 a.m. motivation is a girl. I'm not too proud of that.
Primal instincts.
Exactly.
Not to like, might sound braggy, but not to brag, but like there's that I
but
find
I'm gonna
like,
brag.
but like I'm gonna brag. No, but like I guess I've had like 3 girls. It's like said like where it's like that early morning. It's like that early morning and like really staying up late, and then all of a sudden they're like getting that, I don't know what it is, it's like a mood. I think we were talking about that.
Can we get some expert advice on this? No.
Oh well,
okay.
I have to know the question first.
We've both noticed that like really late girls tend to like, you know, that's when they start to like
They
Get,
risque.
they want your attention.
Yeah, they want your attention like early in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whereas,
so you stay up.
whereas guys are done after 11. We're like, nah, time for sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Is that from like your point of view? Like,
I don't know, because usually if it's too late, I'm too tired to even feel anything for anyone. So,
right.
So
Yeah.
even with my, I don't like saying boyfriend, partner, you know, you have feelings for them, emotional ones, but then at night, if it's too late, I just don't even like want to be nice to them. So I just go to sleep.
Is that tired?
It's tiredness, not.
But what about times? Sorry.
Oh, you mean times?
No, wait. What about times
like
when you're
a window of the night?
What about when you're not tired at night? Because I'm sure there's been times where you've had energy and you've been up to like 3 a.m. doing some project or something. Is it as like
me all the time?
Yeah.
Some project.
Okay.
All right. We went there.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
No,
that was it.
That was it. Just wondering. As
Well,
two guys talking about this, not having
any
like actual knowledge on this.
I can't speak on behalf of all women. Really.
Yeah.
We're really hoping you can.
Yeah, we're really hoping that
I am the spokeswoman.
just like pull out like a supercomputer that you've got like the data of every woman that's ever lived.
And the average time is 12:30.
I note that down.
That's a good video idea.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I
don't know.
No.
I really
I don't know.
know.
Maybe we just talk to weird people. Like
Yeah, maybe you do.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just Hamilton chicks, bro.
Yeah, true. Maybe it's just Hamilton.
Ladies.
Yeah. But I feel like if I ever get like a motorbike or something, I feel like I'm gonna be like victim to that.
Oh no!
Where it's gonna be like early morning, they're gonna be like come out, and I'm gonna be like like that, like, and then I'm gonna get like busted because I'm still gonna be on my like learners and not going to be driving.
Take the plates off. I didn't say that. I'm just kidding. It's satire. It's satire.
Girl, I may be a learner, but I'm not a learner at some things. Know what I'm saying? No, great.
Keeping it Christian here, please.
Yeah, we had to put explicit on the first episode because we swore.
Really?
So we're sworn on this one. So
oh yeah, true. Yeah, I guess we can because like it didn't seem like it had any restrictions. It just seemed like it told people
just
that it was
people,
explicit. Yeah. Like on YouTube, like
Yeah.
if you're like if you put your age in and you're like under 13, like it doesn't stop you from seeing the video or watching it. But like when you click on it, it'll just come up with a thing like saying, "You sure about this?"
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Turn back if you can.
Yeah. And then
No, I think you're right. I think we don't necessarily want like kids watch. I know, like it's not a target.
Like
It's
it's
not
like we want like 12-year-olds up.
Wait, what?
12.
No,
That's
I would
like-
specify an
I
age.
feel
It's a
like-
bit creepy, bro.
No. I mean like I guess
12-year-old.
no. Yeah, I guess that does sound weird.
No,
I mean,
like 12 and up. Yeah.
I mean like 12 and up. I guess that's when like that's like the minimum age we're probably ever gonna like potentially get.
I think someone who can understand like mature-ish jokes and also interested enough in this kind of stuff to like to think about it.
Yeah, they might not get the jokes at like 12, but I think they might be like I suspect that that's like the youngest age you'll probably ever get for like someone who's interested in like photography and filmmaking.
Yeah.
So in terms of like coming across our page, you're like
I think you're right. I think probably like any sort of target audience. Not that it's way too early to think about that. Probably.
Yeah.
But it's probably going to be people at our own age, I'd say.
Yeah, I think so.
Or
Or age bracket.
Age bracket.
Teenage.
I'm older than you guys both. So.
All right, calm down. No.
I'm your elder.
No, yeah. So teenagers and young adults probably.
Yeah.
That's probably the age. I'd say.
Younglings.
Yeah. So So Kai, bro, what's a recent project that you've done that you had a creative process on that you thought about at all? Like in your last project you did you have a process you thought about?
Like last project is not last shoot or like project.
Project or shoot? What, choose one that you want.
I should not do that.
Please stop caressing the microphone.
Yeah.
Save it for 1 a.m.
Save it for 1:48. That's the definitive time.
Wait, do I need like the seconds as well?
I don't know.
Is that how long?
Or is it like
last?
a 1 minute? Is it like a 1 minute bracket where I can like get it?
1 minute.
Wow, that's impressive.
But yeah,
usually lasts a lot longer. Sorry, but that's true.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking like 15 up. But like the age. Anyway, so
45 minutes up.
Cool. 45 minutes?
45 minutes?
Minutes? We're talking about ages.
Oh.
That's pretty assuming. I mean, good luck finding a guy, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about ages.
Wait.
We're talking about duration.
That's a lot of pressure for a guy, Emmy. 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
It has to deal with it.
I sound really loud all of a sudden. Is it louder on the... Wait.
Your mic's pretty directional, bro. I think it's...
What?
I love how we're like, let's try different types of podcasts. Let's do a silly first one. Let's try to do like a full structured one on creative processes.
Oh my god.
Very mature and formal.
And we know that's not going to happen.
It should just be called Pokeballs.
Well,
Pokeballs.
Oh yeah. But our description is literally like, what is it? We are photographers, filmmakers, and creatives.
Yeah.
But most of all, friends who like to talk.
Like, I think we should shit in the beginning,
but then we're
we
like
put smack just to make it a little
smack,
bit more.
yeah. And also smack each other verbally because that's really important.
Yes,
Yeah.
I need that.
Okay.
Anyway, what was the question?
Discipline.
That was a whip. Sorry.
What was it? So like my past project.
Oh yeah.
I guess like.
Well, okay, so just maybe preface this a little bit more. Because looking in from the outside, because I've been on some shoots with you recently where like I've been like an assistant, I've been holding lights and being ordered around.
Beta bit.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah, and like it's really cool to look in from the outside and see your process and be like, because you've got a way of doing things and like the way your mind works. So I wonder if you had any like self observations on that, like the way you work, say with a model on a street shoot.
With a model, I'm very, very aware of flirting and I hate it. Because I feel like I'm too cold with models, where I'm not friendly, just because I'm like, I just don't like the feeling that, you know, there might be any flirtation in between like me and a model in terms of like doing a shoot that's like going anywhere, like especially professionally.
Yeah.
So like, I've been told that I did a photo shoot with like a friend, and I just like went into like photo shoot mode with a model, which is like quite cold. So, yeah.
That's good though. Like you want to make sure you get rid of any like doubt or professionalism or any thought that you might be like
but then there's like
photographer.
there's this thing of I told you the story about the other model, you know, the one
What's
model,
the story?
that one model,
The Raglan.
Alright, so of course not going to say any names, give any details.
Make up a name.
It's a pretty specific
Stephanie.
story though.
That's
like,
not a real name.
It's a pretty specific story, but
she'll know she'll know
who?
she'll know if she listens to this, she'll know who she is. I don't,
but
I don't mind
it's not like a bad story. It's just
no one else will know who she is.
Quite a story.
Yeah, but so I got on Instagram. The way I find models is I like putting like the area I'm in. And I'll
Stalk them. She's pretty.
Literally, I'll just like scroll through like the area code and anyone who like tag the area, and then if they like pretty, I'll be like, I hate. And then I like.
He knows what his father was like.
Yeah, and then I'll just go and I'll like message them and be like, you know, you want to go on a photo shoot, and then. Yeah, I'll do it, of course, on my photography Instagram so they can see that I'm like actually a photographer, not some weirdo. But and then so I just sent out. It was like a real basic message, and it was like there was no like. It wasn't even like friendly or anything. I just said,
you look all right. You've got a face.
You've got a face.
Average.
Do you want to stand and let me take photos of you?
You're about a 4, but you'll do. I'll just put the lighting here.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'll just backlight you entirely.
I'll just airbrush you until you have no discernible features.
But so I just sent her a message and she's like, hey, just like saw your profile and was wondering if you wanted to model for me and just like do a fun photo shoot. And like not even like addressing like yes or no. She just sent back like a message that was like just a photo shoot with the winky face.
I bet she saw fun and was like, oh, he wants to have a fun shoot.
I'm like I try to slip like fun in there just so it's like doesn't sound like too intimidating for like someone who hasn't done modeling, because some of them haven't done modeling like ever before. So like I decided to say like it's just like fun for Instagram, and then I feel like they'll be more comfortable with that. But she went straight in with the just a photo shoot winky face, and I was like,
oh damn.
Were you interested?
I like I like
play along.
I went like friendly, but I didn't like flirt back. I did like friendly. And then I was like trying to get it back to like the photo shoot. I was like, I'm still that geeky photographer. Come on.
I'm horny for them pictures. Wait, no, horny for taking pictures.
I'm horny for that bokeh.
yeah, exactly. That's what I meant.
Oh dear. You're horny for balls.
So but otherwise there was. Don't know if I should tell this. Okay, I'll say it. But like there's this girl who I really liked. Like I really liked her. But it was very complicated in terms of things between her and me. And for the sake of let's call her Bella. So Bella
because that's her name.
and her last name is so yeah, and I was like we were just like flirting back and forth. It was like heavy flirting at that point. So and then I was like, do you want to go on a photo shoot? And like really not like the first way to ask a girl out. But like I was like, oh yeah, do you want to go on a photo shoot? So that was like the only photo shoot where it was like really flirty. Like just because we had that like that connection beforehand. Where that was like the only photo shoot that I went in where I actually like flirted with the model.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because that was the person came first, and the shoot was just a way of hanging out with them.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
okay.
That's fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. No, I think that's definitely a sensible attitude to have towards it.
Yeah. But so that was cool.
Yeah. So the moral of the story: Kai has too many models in his DMs trying to flirt, but he's just stone cold.
Stop recording.
Oh, I know the photo we're gonna put of your face.
I'm worried.
Sorry, I missed.
How much like
replying to messages from girls. Oh, what? Kidding, it's Arlo.
like, damn, Arlo trying to begin with you.
Yeah.
No, bro. No.
Yeah, I guess like
no, it's bro. He's like bro, like you are.
Yeah.
It's like people might think we're a gay in a couple. The way we talk sometimes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Emmy just staring down like, what is going on here?
Just assessing my teeth. I'm sorry.
No. Oh, speaking of Arlo, my dad was like, "Yo, So there's a guy that lives next door to me called Aiden, and he does videography and filmmaking and stuff." And my dad was like, "Oh, yo, we're at he was at a school, and they showed a video from Freiburg. It was like a primary school, and they were like the kids were deciding which school to go to for high school." And he was like, "Yo, your friend Aiden showed a video, and it was by your friend Aiden. At the end of it was his name." And I was like, "It was from Freiburg." I was like, "You mean Arlo?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, Arlo." And it was like this really cool video that Arlo did of like of the school and like showing primary kids it and like, going around
filming primary children.
Yeah. No, it was a cool representation of the school.
That's
which
cool.
is really nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
What were you saying, bro? Sorry, I just came out of my mind.
I'm not sure.
What are you going notes there?
Yeah,
We can cut all this out, so you're going notes.
Yeah, true. Yeah. We can shorten this.
We have the power of editing.
We hold the power.
Oh.
I can make my voice deep somehow.
We're definitely cutting that.
Hey, Maria.
Oh.
I don't want to do it because it'll hurt.
I think Maria's ready at 1 a.m. like that.
Ooh.
Alright, so is there like with like a creative sort of process, like in terms of editing, like let's say videos, because we all edit videos.
Yeah.
And like
yes.
yeah, do you edit photo? Like, do you edit photos at all?
Yep.
Alright, okay, so we
But
both
I
edit
don't use
photos.
Photoshop.
Like photo, you don't use Lightroom?
I use Capture One now because I don't want to use Adobe. Because
What?
I don't have a problem with it. They're the
I'm
same.
out.
They're
I'm
basically
done.
the same.
Nah, sorry.
No, Capture One is really good. It is good.
Okay. It sounds like a
It's the
knockoff
same.
app, but
Yeah, it's straight.
Actually,
You can't
it's been
convince me.
around for a while.
Lightroom is the knockoff of Lightroom Classic.
Lightroom presets, mobile and desktop.
Hey.
No,
All
don't
right.
use
Probably can't
real
even quote too
photographers
much
don't
on,
use
like-
presets.
Okay. No, it's just
I'm
a
not
quote.
actually a
Okay.
It's a
photographer.
quote from a song, like a rap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool rap.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, cool. I was wondering though, failures.
Yes.
Oh, I'm familiar with that. Yay.
No, I was literally like, Emmys, come on, we should talk about failures.
Yeah.
Kidding. I mean, we've all had our fair few, right?
Definitely.
With other people, with ourselves, like it's just, yeah. We're creative related. Like, let's not go into our life failures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, the other day, bro.
I dropped my ice cream, bro. Yeah, I mean, what would you say, because we look back on work from ages ago and be like, oh, that's so bad, but it's not a failure, right? Like, at the time we did good work and it was, we succeeded. I mean, what's like more recently, like say 6 months or maybe a year if we're pushing it, that we're like actually like made a blunder on? I can think of one straight off the bat really recently, and I'm going to lead with it so you guys feel less bad about yours, alright?
You left the lens cap on.
Okay, so it's worse than that. I mean, okay, so
Wait.
it didn't result in anything bad, but it could have, and it was still a massive failure. This was
Right.
involving you, but it was my fault.
Yeah.
So and I'm not gonna give a time period. In the last year, me and Kai
Last week.
in the last year, me and Kai shot a wedding together, and we were gonna drive there. And we had a 2-hour drive. We're gonna get up in the morning at 4 a.m. and drive, and get there at 7 and start shooting.
Yes.
And we thought it was on a Sunday. Oh my god! It turns out it was on a Saturday. And Friday night we were like, just about to go to bed at like 11 o'clock at night, and we're like, it's 11 o'clock. We're just gonna chill Saturday, then we'll drive there Sunday. And this is so bad when I look back on it. I can't believe this happened.
I'm shaking thinking about it.
I've got like,
So nervous.
I'm actually nervous about how you're gonna view me after this. I texted someone, involved with the wedding on that Friday night, asked them just an innocent question. I could have left it the next day. I was like, oh, I may as well text them now, give them more time. And I said Sunday, and they text back, you mean Saturday, right? And that was like, so it was like 11 p.m. Sorry. I was playing with the mic. It was 11 p.m. at that time. And so that we could get up in 5 hours and start driving. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, Kai, bro, we got to get some sleep.
Yeah. And it was like, because I think it was like one of the people that we were talking about, one of the photographers, and we were like going to go with them to like another shoot. So we needed like coordinate like driving with them. So then you're like, we already said goodnight to each other, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll just text him before I go to bed. And, you know, we don't sleep in the same bed, so he's in a different room now.
Contrary to popular belief.
But
our fans will be disappointed.
But then you went into the other room for a bit, and I was like getting changed to like get into bed, and you just come in and you're like, hey bro,
we need to talk.
And you're like, and I thought it was gonna be something happened to like your dad or something. I was like prepared. I was like, oh shit, they're like someone like I thought like maybe like the like bride or something had like an accident, and there was something like that someone like got like injured. But then luckily nothing like that happened, and you're like, you know, the shoot's tomorrow. and you're so cool about it as well. I was like, bro, we're gonna get like 4.5 hours sleep and drive 2 hours in the morning. I was driving, but like still, like, you're still real cool about it. I'm glad I was sharing it with you, because other people would have been pussies about it. I was like, no. I guess like at first I was like, damn. But then I was like, oh well, we had to wake up.
That's Kai's resilient thought process. Damn. That sucks. Oh well.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wild.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm that with like too many things. Like, bro, I lost 2 friends like that.
Oh.
Because, I lost 3.
That's a life failure, bro. You careful. Be careful.
True. But like, basically, this one friend, they were like, you know, I think we just not like. It made it sound like it was a relationship. It was really weird. But like, they're like basically like, I don't know if we should hang out anymore, just because I don't think, you know, we're like, you know, our personalities don't really match. And I was,
oh damn.
At first I was like, yeah, exactly. At first I was like, oh damn. But then I was just like, okay.
Who says that? No, wow.
And then I was like, oh damn. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. Good riddance.
And then
good
and then and then they're like, damn, that's really cold. I thought we were good friends, and we were good friends. But like, I don't really show that. Like, I don't show too much emotion apart from like in the moment. So like, yeah. And then I was like, kind of like passing off really casually. So then like 2 other girls.
We're still at your tripod.
Trying to get it like high enough, but I don't want it unbalanced enough. And then 2 other people are like, damn, that was really cold. Like, you know, you don't even like care about your friends, sort of thing. And then it was real awkward, but
You're like, I can always make a new one.
Yeah, I passed friends off way too easily.
Yeah, so that
you're nodding about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that wedding one is one I'm definitely not proud of.
Ooh,
but we got through it.
Yeah, it ended up being all fine. Yeah.
And like, the more I explain it, the worse it will sound by me.
Explain it more then.
I mean, like, I look back and I saw at least 3 emails in my inbox with Saturday in the title. I just had Sunday in my mind and I just ignored the titles. It's so bad. And
it's a lesson though.
It's a lesson, right?
So you remember it.
Yeah. And like, it's never happened with any other project. It was just this one had this block for some reason.
Yeah. I mean, they both start with S, you know. S and day.
Don't try and excuse my mistakes. Verbally smack me.
Oh wow.
Okay. So Kai, what about some mistakes, bro? Or one mistake?
This was a big one. So basically, there was this family that was having like a reunion. So it was a big family reunion, and they're like, we want some photos, and then we want to like be a really nice, beautiful place, and we want like one like of all the family, and then like closer families and stuff like that. So it was like going to be like a whole nice family portrait session. And there was like 26 people there. It was like a really big family reunion.
Whoa.
And so we drove out to this like quite remote location. It was next to a river. I can't remember it. It wasn't even like in Hamilton. That's how far it was. Like, I drove like quite a while, and I was like convinced. I was thoroughly convinced that I had everything right. I was like, okay, like I've got all my SD cards. I've got like my batteries, and I was like, check everything before I leave. Tight. I was like, we good. And before I left, I didn't notice that I had 2 at the time. This was before my gear got stolen. So at the time, I had 2 SD cards. There was 64 gigabyte SD cards, and they were exactly the same. And one was maxed out with footage, and the other one was I just cleared it. And literally, it was stupid of me to do this. Literally, one was next to my computer, while the other one was in, and I was clearing the one. So I cleared the one, I put it down to go sort the other stuff. Came back, just grabbed the other one, which I thought was. I just grabbed it and then just took it with me on the shoot. And we got there, and I flip on my camera, and there's like 26 people around there, and I'm like, damn.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So my SD card doesn't have any storage. And I needed the footage on the SD card as well. So it's like at least if it was the other one, I could have just formatted it and then got on with it. But so then and then I took some photos with some iPhones. I just got some of them all together, and I was like, that's literally all I can do at the moment.
Wow.
And then they didn't ever get. I feel really bad because I didn't ever get photos of them together at that time, because it was that was the last day that they were together.
I'm so a little bit bitter about the wedding now.
Yeah, so that was by far my worst failure. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'm happy I don't have a website where people can leave reviews yet, because that would be like a solid
they can just
0 star.
Angry comments.
He didn't even take any photos.
Wow. For a photographer, he takes a few photos. Wow. So what about you, Em?
I'm trying to think of anything. I haven't had any sort of high stake projects before.
Sure.
I think something bad that happened though. I was taking portraits of. Well, she's a politician now, but I used to volunteer with her. I won't say what party, but anyway, so I wanted to take portraits for a school project. So she was like, yeah, I'll be in them, and they were all so overexposed. You couldn't see her face or anything. I mean, I managed to recover some of the details.
Right,
they weren't raw photos because my SD card wasn't big enough. Okay, I'm sounding too high pitched. My SD card wasn't big enough for raw photos. I'm just reliving the stress.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a good opportunity because now she's a big name in politics and everything. But
I know who it is, I think.
Yeah.
Burped into the mic.
I feel nervous thinking about all this stuff. Yeah. Anyway, it was not good.
You try and bring those high exposures down, and then it's burnt orange look on the face.
Then I just made it black and white because the colours look awful.
That's a good trick though.
Yeah, it actually works.
It's a really good trick.
I had this period where I was really didn't like people who just put.
It's your time of the month, bro. You didn't tell me.
Oh my god.
My calendar's way off. I thought it wasn't until next week.
There's blood in our poo.
Wait, what?
And why did I want to know that?
Not in everyone's.
Yeah, everyone's poo.
Really?
That's where it gets the brownish pigment from mainly.
Oh, yeah,
it's not actually food,
cells.
it's actually from dead blood cells, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But, so yeah. Because,
interesting.
It's like the third reference
Just shit.
shit in this podcast.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, what was I saying? So I had this period where
go on.
Where I didn't like black and white photographers that just did black and white, because I was like, bro, you're just doing it easy, because you don't need to really edit it. So I was like, it's just a cheap cop out. So I was really judgmental at that period, because I thought that was a period when I wasn't a good photographer, but I'd been doing it for I don't know, enough time to think that I was good. So I thought that I had the rights to be you don't
the Dunning-Kruger.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Wait, what's that?
It's when novices think they're really good, but then people that are experts don't think they're good because they actually understand the full scope of what there is to learn about that topic. So people that are new, they often think, I'm so good, I know this. Yeah, I learned what an aperture is. Yeah, I still don't know that stuff very well.
Dunning-Kruger?
I think it's called that. I don't know.
Something
maybe
like sounds familiar.
Wow, yeah. Cool, yeah.
Well, that could be something else. I don't do psychology. But
it's really prominent. If I think about it, it's prominent pretty much everywhere in life. Driving. It's explained quite a bit. With motorcycles, literally every motorcycle video, they're you're gonna get confident at after a couple of months of riding, just chill the fuck out. Yeah.
Bro, when I'm driving my car, I think I'm the fucking man.
Yeah, and
but I'm definitely not.
Yeah, and with the gym.
Check that.
With the gym.
Do you use my phone?
Yeah, you search it up for me, please.
I don't want to misspell your own term.
Yeah. With the gym, you get people that aren't really fit. They're fit, but they're not where they think they are. Because they've been I have been going to the gym and stuff like that. And then you know.
It is that.
Oh yeah.
I just don't want people to go, stupid bitch doesn't know what that means.
Dunning-Kruger effect is a type of cognitive bias in which people believe they are smarter and more capable than they really are. The combination of poor self-awareness and low cognitive ability leads them to overestimate their own capabilities.
Oh, sounds like these people knew people that were
very
annoying.
Yeah,
They did a whole
and
study
they're
on
like-
it.
verywellmind.com has got some beef.
Yeah, but I guess it's really prominent, like everywhere.
There's one of those like questions that Google has. It's like, what is an example of the Dunning-Kruger effect? An obvious example people have been using lately to describe the Dunning-Kruger effect is President Donald Trump.
Whoa.
Like, I mean, well, yeah, fair enough, but
Yeah.
We should cut that up. He's old news.
oh, yeah, definitely fake news.
But,
Old news.
Yeah, it's just like really prominent.
Yeah, for sure.
Like in school, if you're like high school and you're achieving it like
yeah.
year 9 or 10 and you're like getting really good grades, grades,
Great.
grades, and you think
Bro,
like,
grain photography is worse than black and white
Yo.
photographers now. Sorry, Emmy.
I don't add grain to
No.
anything.
Just shit on Nikon, that's all.
I use Fuji.
It does it for you.
Yeah, true. It adds grain.
I'm curious about Fuji though, because like it's like no, because I like Fuji first of all.
Okay.
I don't use it, but I like it. Like
good.
I respect it a lot. So
Yes.
like the colors in it, and
That's
also
nice.
like the presets they have are kind of film orientated,
Yeah.
What?
They're
right?
derived from actual
Yeah,
film
yeah.
samples.
So like all the looks in Fuji cameras, all film sample looks.
Yeah.
Is there any like that?
Authentic.
Yeah. So that gives a real film look, which I think is really cool.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's good.
And the colors also are amazing. Like Canon's also a company that gets a lot of props for colors. But
I love Canon's colors actually. I don't know why people shit on Canon.
I mean, look at it right now. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Shoot on
I always
the
find
R6 right
Straight
now.
up.
It's always way more flattering on skin tones as well.
It's then Sony or
Sony, I don't know.
I don't like Sony.
I don't like Sony either.
yeah.
I was
I'm
gonna
get a
get
lot
a
of hate for
Sony.
that. A lot of people use Sony.
I was
I
going
props
to get a
to
Sony.
Okay.
that you can like low light Sony. Like Sony's got the low light like pretty much like
Yeah.
to the T, and
Autofocus.
they got good
Pretty good.
autofocus.
Okay. Canon's.
Yeah.
it's gonna-
Yeah.
Their
and
image
Fuji's getting
stabilization
it.
falls behind a lot though.
Yeah.
Like
true, okay.
my camera with like a smaller sensor is like 10 times better than like
I will say though,
Sony.
with Sony, like the A7S III is like the one camera everyone has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you look at like there was this YouTube video done recently by a guy called Gerald Undone, and
Oh yeah.
he brought on like literally like what 60 70 YouTube, I don't know, maybe not that much, and they all showed what gear setup they have, like 20 seconds each to show their gear setup, and like 60% of them had the A7S III,
Right.
but
yeah.
none had any other type of Sony camera.
Really?
I feel like it
whereas
might be like
real quick,
oh, yeah.
whereas the Canon ones they had like 4 or 5 different types of cameras, so like there's more diversity in types of camera for other brands.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like
Versatile.
so I kind of feel like that shows that with Sony, it's not the brand that people like, it's that one camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's like-
It could also be one of those things that's like kind of like a trend to hop on.
Yeah,
yeah,
But, like,
right,
because
right.
like if you get like
Exactly.
if you get like a lot of YouTubers that are like hyping it, like for me when I was buying gear,
Yeah, it's
I
like
would go
road
on
video.
YouTube heaps and I'd be like just looking up like this versus this, and I was like doing that, and then like also like getting reviews from people online on like blogs and stuff. So like if it's like hyped up, then like I feel like that could also contribute to it.
Absolutely. And with a camera like that, you get it and it works well, and you're like, oh, this is great. Especially if everyone around you is telling the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like buying the Rode mic. We've got both the
Yeah,
same mic.
exactly. I got it
Yeah.
because you had it, and I thought, oh,
Right.
that's good.
Yeah, exactly. All the YouTubers have it as well.
Yeah,
Lots of
yeah.
them do.
Yeah. Although I
And then
actually
there's me.
feel like it's not. This is not even that great. I don't know if I got a faulty one, but I've had to get it repaired a few times, and I don't destroy it. I don't think. Putting it on my back, smash. But I don't bend it. I don't do
Yeah.
anything. If you bend this wire out of place a little bit, it can actually just get all like poppy and pops. Because I noticed,
right.
and you probably look after yours, because I remember when we
Wow.
first met, that was when, that was years ago, but you had a Rode mic, and that was the first purchase, big sort of gear purchase that I made.
Right.
It seems
Right.
so small now.
Yes,
Oh,
same. I mean, my first purchase was a tripod and mic.
Yeah.
The Canon 600D, then you got a tripod and a mic and spare SD card,
Yeah.
battery.
Sound is the most important thing. So
Yeah, totally.
yeah, that's why the sound is so good.
Exactly.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, but no, I go back to the whole Fuji thing.
Oh yeah. Right.
I'm curious about because you like kind of like grain and like film look.
Kind of, but
and, like-
I don't like it for the sake of it, because I see people putting grain on stuff just because,
Right.
which is
Okay,
fine.
can we be really honest?
Oh.
Teenagers nowadays, they need to stop.
They need to just
stop.
stop.
Full stop with
Like,
everything.
no. Like, I get like if you want to post photos of stuff, but like, there's a lot of people. This is gonna sound really judgmental, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. There's a lot of people that post like 2 to 3 photos of themselves a day. Like literally,
Really?
like a day, where it's like a mirror selfie, and it's like, oh yeah, the mirror changed. Like, like
There's more
okay.
spit on it this time.
yeah, but then I feel like there's like this like, and it's not a bad thing, but it's like there's a thing where people's egos kind of get like put up because in the comments, of course, people are going to be like, yeah, you go like, oh yeah, fire or whatever, and then so like you obviously want to post more of that, but then it's like, I guess it's kind of none of my business, but it's also just like,
yeah, they need to actually evaluate how they are.
Yeah. But then like
it's
when
inflated.
I unfollow them, but when I unfollow them because like I see too many photos of them, then they ask why I unfollow them, and I can't really be honest because I feel like they'll just get mad.
Bro, you need to get into muting people. That is the
wait, how do you mute people on Instagram?
You just press the following and then you can go unfollow or mute.
I'm gonna do that to a lot of people.
You should do that. Do it to me, do it to anyone.
80% of the people I follow are muted.
Same. And even close friends, not because I hope they don't watch this. It's not because I don't like seeing the pictures. In fact, sometimes I'll think about a friend and go, oh, I'm sure she looks really pretty today, and then I'll go to her page and intentionally like her post or whatever. But I don't like to be inundated with stuff because I get distracted very easily. So mute everything.
Yeah, so absolutely. Yeah, a few people like you guys aren't muted. I will say. No pressure to say that back.
You just have to remember. No, you guys aren't muted. Pull out your phone.
Did you like my last post?
You haven't been interacting with my page recently. I don't know about that, Emmy. I think we might have caught you on it.
Do you have 2 pages? Do you have 1 page or 2 pages?
I have 2. I have like it private, which isn't really a private, but it's just one that has gone dead, and I might post like
a really shitty meme.
Yeah. The other day I did one, it was a sunset photo, and if you swiped, then it said swipe for booty pics. And then it was like swipe for those booty pics you've been asking for. And then like you swipe and it's just like a guy like bro, and like the camera like caught you in 4K kind of thing. And it's like yeah, so I just like post shit like that for like no reason. But like I only post like once like half a year on there.
I think I only followed that one. I need to actually follow your photography page.
Damn.
Link in the description.
Link in the description. Yes, go follow his page.
But something I really admire about like the photos you shoot is that obviously you're not in most of them, right? And like and that's where you don't have that hyping up that goes on.
Yeah.
And like and we've talked about this before, and you seem to have a good attitude where it's like you don't like it's nothing wrong with posting pictures of you and getting hyped up. Like that's fine, but you know the line where you don't rely on it for your self-worth.
Definitely.
That's important.
And there's the difference between
I'll post a sexy shirt open photo every now and then,
you
know what can I say? I'm a man.
If you feel yourself,
go for
it.
And there's a difference between you can be proud and post something without being vain about it.
That's true.
Like there's a difference between like there's heaps of bodybuilders that I follow that like if you go on the page just like of themselves like shirtless, showing it, and it's like there's a difference between like that, which is they've worked for that, so they can and it's like that's their pay. It's like you follow them, to get these like workout tips or whatever, and just to see some sexy
muscles.
But and it's like there's like that's proud, but then there's a difference between like just like posting like every day like 3 times.
That's just your genetics. You don't work for that.
Exactly. There's nothing to be proud of.
Bro, like
I'm not ashamed, but just not like there's not like No, don't be ashamed of yourself. Just
don't be ashamed.
Don't think that everyone is proud of you for just being. That sounds really bad.
But like just existing.
You shouldn't expect people to be really proud of you just for existing.
And like there's a thing about being proud, like it's being courageous. What am I trying? No.
He's gonna have it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Fuck it, I'm just so proud. But like. Confident, that's it. The thing about being confident is there was a quote, and a confident person doesn't walk into the room and think that they're the best in the room. A confident person walks in the room and knows that they don't have to compare themselves to anyone else in the room.
Yes.
So you don't get your confidence from other people. You get it from like inside, and it's like you just know what you can do and what you can't do and what you're worth and what and you just confidence is like also being honest with yourself in a way.
Confidence is the ability to be confident without others around who are telling you can be confident.
Definitely.
Having that self-sustaining confidence.
Internal locus of control instead of external.
Yeah, definitely. And Instagram's a weird intersection with that. Like,
it is.
I don't think it has many positive effects. Like, I'd say the few are if there's a piece of work I've created and I share it on there and I get positive feedback from it. That's when it's really positive.
Exactly. Using it for bettering yourself.
Because you need validation from people. Like that's the part. You need validation from your community and your audience or your fellow creators. But
up to a certain point again. There's like validation. Oh no. Well, so you need validation from people to like kind of gauge where other people see your work at, but like don't gain your don't look for validation too much, because like if you are constantly looking for validation, I feel like it's almost like you know, like fishing, when people like do that sort of thing. So it's like validation through like compliments. Don't look for that sort of thing. Like
validation for what you've done, not necessarily who you are. Or what
like if you're looking for validation who you are, kind of shows how unconfident you are, like how you are in yourself.
And there probably are some people who need that. Like there's reasons they aren't confident or comfortable in themselves. And
it's not like
in that sense, maybe you need some validation. You need to be reassured that you are okay to be yourself.
Like validation itself isn't a bad thing, but there's like a line between like where you live off the validation and you don't know if it's fake or not. So then you get like more validation. You know that cycle where like someone will go and let's say they say, I'm ugly, and then they'll get their friend that says, oh no, you're pretty, but then like, did they say that just because being kind? So then they'll search out for like another person and there's like this constant loop. Whereas and then there's a difference between like, for instance, if it's like my photography work, I might think, I think this is cool. So I'm gonna post it and then see, what other people think. I'll just be like, what's your thoughts? And then like, I don't let my ego like swell if they post like positively about it, but I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, cool. So like people enjoy that. So then I might want to post more of that for like,
It's analytical, it's business, it's analytical.
Yeah. So it's, that's what
keep that subject matter for the future, keep that technique. If people like that, if they didn't engage with that black and white photo, you might go for color instead. Yeah, that's where it's useful. But I only post pictures of myself, so but that's why I turn comments off. So I don't. I'm confident because I do sort of. I guess I have some selfies, but it's more self-portraits. I try to do.
Well, definitely make that distinction, because like I was just talking this. I was thinking about your Instagram. Like they're all, most of them are of you.
Mostly of me.
But like it's nothing to do with what we're talking about.
I guess.
Well, like, I don't know your mind, but just like the few signs of like you turn comments off and they're artistic. Yeah,
they're not like not saying mirror selfies are bad, but those are more for a story. It doesn't hold much value. Sorry.
No. I feel like we can say that. But because like if you turn like the comments off, like you're not getting anything from other people. It's more like I feel like you're confident if you do that without the comments on, so you don't really care what other people are.
Definitely. So I'm curious about that topic of like hearing what people think about your work as you put it out there analytically, because you guys both create. Emmy creates for an audience, quite a decent sized audience. You do too as well. Like you used to do YouTube a bit, and now you do Instagram for your audience. And I don't really do like that. Like I guess I create as a portfolio for potential clients. I guess that's the best way to describe it. But I have some friends and family who look as well. So I'm curious, like, what's your mindset towards, like, putting content out there? Like, because I've never experienced really putting out there for an audience before, really. Of a scale. So what's your mindset when you're thinking about creating content for them?
I'm usually creating stuff which I can be proud of, where I think I did the best I could do. Didn't try upset anyone or anything. I mean, I used to try to do that, because when you're a young teenager and you're like, I want to rile some people up. But for the most part, just try to create something to the best of your ability, and then you just have to understand that not everyone will like it. Not everyone will understand it. So if they don't, it's not worth engaging with those sorts of people. I've had random people be like, hey, you stupid bitch, or I'm gonna cut your head off and stuff. But
oh my god,
that was only one comment, but it's, it sticks in your head when someone wants to cut it off. Yes, but for the most part, it's usually positive feedback. That's the benefits of having a small audience, is that most people be nice.
Right. They're there because they want to watch your content, not because they've heard of you.
Exactly. Not like, I've heard of this person.
Right.
This
Let's see what's up here.
Yeah, so there's value in having quite a niche audience. But you just have to do the best that you can, and don't rely on or anticipate feedback, or don't be worried about negative feedback or positive feedback. Just take it as it is, and then you can also discern whether or not it's valuable, because someone might not know anything about photography, and they'll be like, I think you should make it more contrasted. Sometimes it looks absolutely... I really hate overly contrasted photos. I mean, I'm not the best at editing, because sometimes I look back at my photos and go, that really needs more contrast.
But do you love someone who knows nothing about photography going like, those are very colourful,
Yeah. You should do that thing where it's
where you
like in Schindler's List, where it's black and white and then it's just red. Those colours, splotches.
You actually broke the stand.
Did I?
No, you didn't break it.
For people who are watching,
DJI, it doesn't break.
Emmy just totally like
You can't break DJI. Actually, a friend broke the stand. One of my friends broke his stand off his gimbal leg, so I can't stand up now.
For people who are watching, Emmy just like
Month
WWE
mic,
wrestled
yeah.
her mic on the stand.
Yeah, speaking of wrestling, I want to do Muay Thai
Yeah,
soon.
she just took the head off it.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was wondering, like, beginning, which was the, like, one slider for whether it was in video or photo? What was, like, in editing it? What was the one slider that you just abused?
Wait,
Like,
slide.
sliding contrast all the way up, or, like, clarity all
Oh,
the way up.
wow! I used to use that
Okay.
microphone. I would say the slider that I abused most would be saturation.
Really?
Right.
I mean, I don't think I actually. Okay, so we're talking about video for me because I don't. I never edited photos.
Right.
I shot photos in a profile and just used them because
Yeah.
I was that kid.
Oh, yeah.
Canon's nice though.
Yeah. So they had good profiles. I just shot them like that, and I don't really do photography too artistically. I did it practically. So I
Practical.
was like, so
Practical.
you do photos? I'm like, sure. Click, got them. Now let's spend time on the video.
Blurry.
Yeah, so I'd say probably the saturation for video is when I abuse the most. But also, just a quick note, my first camera, 600D, has really like crushed blacks in it.
Oh, I hate that.
And so it's like really like, it looked like a really hard contrast, but I didn't actually put it in there. So that wasn't my fault, but they were very contrasty, very saturated. Like, the
yes.
two worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, bro?
I was a very big fan of first, like, very beginning, it was straight up the clarity.
Yeah.
Boosted.
Oh, yeah.
It was like,
same.
every time I was like,
Okay,
alright, that's
okay.
just going to be like 100. But then after that, I quickly moved on to like hue. Like all the hue sliders. I used to change the colors all the time.
Yeah.
And even if it didn't look natural, I was like, fuck it, it's going up.
Yeah,
It's
like that
fancy.
purple
Yeah.
skin and really green look.
Yeah.
They looked alright though. Like
Yeah,
you
it's not
abuse
too
them, but they didn't look too bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good kind of abuse.
Yeah, I mean, because if you look at film, actual rolls of film, they do come out with different hues sometimes. So that's the style, I guess.
Yeah. What else? What about you? Would you say?
Definitely the clarity at
Yeah,
first,
yeah.
but I never went too overboard to the point where it looks like people's skin is boiling. but sometimes, you put black and white and then contrast and then clarity all the way up, and you're like, wow, look at my crisp photo. It looks horrible.
If someone's listening who doesn't like do Lightroom, if you go on Instagram and go to the structure edit,
Yeah, same thing.
the structure edit, that's basically the same thing. It looks like a rock basically, like a rock pattern where it's all like crusty and like hard and like
It looks like you got burnt.
yeah. It's nice for landscape. I must say some landscapes look real good with good clarity to it.
True.
And then I watched like one YouTuber when he was like, oh yeah, and for this like it was like a model shoot for this portrait. I just like did like the S shape on the side of, what do you call it, on the
Tone
like,
curve?
on the tone curve. And I was like, oh bro, like I haven't used that at all. So I like did
Oh,
it in all
no.
my photos, and I was convinced that like it went with any photo. And I was like, bro, if there is not a snake, then it is not a take. And I was like, and I was just like, yeah.
Our catchphrase for the day right there, I think.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But we should get back to like the reason of creating, sort of.
Did
'Cause
we
it's different.
Do we even
cover
touch on
that?
that? I feel like this
like-
is just not a silly podcast. I feel like we just
Yeah. I don't think we can do.
Classify
We
this
should
as
set
like
timers, maybe.
do any more failures we want to talk about,
animal failures.
This.
or ask,
Sticking to the topic.
or ask about. I want to hear more failures.
More failures.
I don't think I have any more photography failures, but I've just got some like general failures.
Okay, let's not get into
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's like the only
No.
thing. Like, oh wait,
Ooh,
I
that's a big
failed.
one.
I failed to get a model on a photo shoot but like, so basically like, we're gonna go on a photo shoot, and then. You know how I said I'm with models, so like I'm not flirty. And then she was like, but this is, oh yeah, I guess,
But-
I didn't mention this before, like,
It's really
Just gonna
wide.
grab something
Sorry, continue.
like some thick.
so she was like, oh, and I was like, at this point, I was like, this is like virgin Kai. This is like Kai that had no experience with girls. This is like Kai who,
Ooh.
like, this is like real geeky Kai. So I could not pick up hints. Like a girl could be like, want to come to my place with like the winky face, and I'd be like, oh yeah, what, to watch a movie? And
I'll
yes.
bring some popcorn.
Yeah. I was like, that was like me at this stage.
Right.
So like, we're gonna go on the photo shoot, and she was like, "Oh, do you want to grab some, some like a nice lunch beforehand?"
Oh.
And I did not pick up like any flirt.
You were like,
no.
no.
So
Not hungry.
I was like, oh yeah, I could do some. We'll do some lunch, just like I'm hungry. I can do some lunch. So we went out to lunch, and like she was like flirting hard out, and then
Wow.
and she was like, yeah, but it was like weird because I didn't pick up any of it.
So you're probably like, this girl weird ass, man.
I was just like, oh, that's like weird. And then like we like went sort of on the photo shoot, but at the same time like by the time we went on the photo shoot, I kind of picked up that she was floating. Like it got through my thick skull.
You're like, oh.
So then I was like, yeah, okay. And then we ended up like just goofing off for most of it. And
Okay.
Is that code for something?
No,
Goofing off.
no. We literally we were just
off?
like we were just like doing random things. We were climbing on like the children's not gaming
The
room.
gay.
On the gay. No, on the jungle gym, and we were just like not even like focused on like on the photo shoots. I guess that's like failing to actually get a photo shoot done. We're like
but
the whole
succeeding in other ways.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I just had to fail and I just dribble. Love
That's why the microphone is screwed.
Yeah.
But you found the problem.
I was stupid laughs.
I got my brother's laugh, which is
It's silent,
it's
and then
like
you
a-
just had to slap the table to
it's
let
like a
people know.
silent Jimmy Carr. It's like we're not even high or anything.
I've only. Oh no, I don't want to talk about that.
No.
No, you have to talk.
Oh.
It's not legal.
Oh, I had a bit of a failure. It was nothing like went wrong, but it was very embarrassing.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
So have I told you about how I sometimes leave my keys in my boot lock?
I meant to remind you about this.
I think you mentioned this.
I was like to Kei Ellis today. I was like, I've got this really funny story I want to tell you, but I want your honest like reactions. I'm going to tell you on the podcast.
Yeah, I even wrote it down in notes.
Oh.
And he didn't remind. Oh, yeah.
You're waiting for it.
Okay, yeah, but yeah.
So the story is,
that.
so there's this event on that we're filming. It was a concert, and I was part of like a 5 crew doing live streaming cameras. And there was like this small venue space. It was a real cool concert, really awesome. And we're sitting up. This is before the concert. We're sitting up, and I think everything's going great. I had to rock in like half an hour beforehand because I had this thing before. And I got there. We're sitting up, and I think I'm like, yo, I was like, take 5. We're about to go on. Just chill out for a bit. So I sit down, and it's really full as well. There's like 50, 60 people. It's a small venue, so it's pretty full.
Yeah.
For that.
Quite cool.
And it's the venue manager comes in, and he sort of strolls in. He's like, "All right, everybody, we're about to get going," kind of thing. I'm not going to do an accent.
All right, everybody, we're gonna go now.
Righty-ho then.
Righty-ho. All right, mate, you ready to go? Yeah. All right, mate. Yeah, mate, you ready to go? And he's like, "Yep, everything's great. Just health and safety. Exit out that way. Toilets are here." Oh, yep. And there's someone who's left their keys in the boot of their car. It's a for 6 digits. I'm not going to say. And I went like, "Oh no, that's my car!" And the whole crowd started cracking up laughing.
Oh, because did you say it?
No, because I was just standing there like, "Oh shit!" And the whole crowd was like, "Oh, haha, this idiot! Someone left in their car." And he looks around at anyone, and I was just like, "I'm not gonna put my hand up." And he's like, "All right, fine." And after like 20 seconds of painful seconds, he like turned around and I was like, went back to the door, and he was just hanging in the doorway to the performance venue, and I was like, "All right, I better go." And I was like, so I snuck down, I was chill, casually went up to him, I was like saddled up to him, I was like, "Hey mate," I sang him, and I was like, "Hey babe, keep this quiet, eh?" And I was like,
"Hey baby, give me the keys, please."
"Hey mate, that's actually mine." "Oh, they're yours." and like literally 20 people looked around, and then I had to walk in front of like half the place to get back to my camera spot, and people started looking at me because they were bored because it hadn't started yet, and they were like, "Oh!" And someone started clapping, and I went like, put my hand up like, "Yeah, it's me," and they all like burst out laughing.
Aww.
And so that was a hugely embarrassing moment. But
it's not even that bad. I thought it would be something.
I was shaking. I don't know. It was just like, because it was like a professional setting, and like I knew some people there, and they were like, I don't know, I think the mayor might have been there. I don't know. Like it was like one of those like quite like higher, like it was like a private kind of gig. So.
Okay, so it's not like a concert, because I thought it's
not like
just
a
a
bunch
chill
of
thing,
teenagers.
and people be like, "Oh, I do that too." Yeah.
Right, but I was just so like, oh,
It's a counselor going, "You're so irresponsible."
I'm that one guy. Oh.
I lend gear to that guy. Oh.
Do you want to hear a story about car keys and how the car got stolen? And it was totally my fault.
Okay. I'm just like after that story, I'm just like sweating, like reliving that. But
I was shaking before thinking about when you were talking about your fails before.
Pressure. It's like showing our like vulnerabilities to our community or our tribe.
Which I feel like it's like good because like people often don't do this. And that's like, I was talking about this the other day where like people will post the highlights, especially on social media. You post the highlights and like, of course you want to show the good things. It's like natural. But like people don't realize that other people have these problems in their life. So then they'll hide their problems, which leads to other people thinking. And it's like, and it's a whole ass circle. Yeah.
I feel like we can be open enough with people. Like for me, that's clients who might watch this and be like, oh, that guy's inadequate because he forgot which day wedding was or something. But I feel like
it's one time.
Yeah, one time. And I feel like they've been open about it. It's like, well, sure, I made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. They just don't admit it usually. Yeah. And so like they've been open about it. Like you're gonna get 1% of the time I'm gonna make mistakes when I'm working for you. Yeah. But I'm gonna be open about it and be honest about it, which is I think valuable. I'd want that.
Absolutely.
So that's what we can do in this podcast.
Yeah.
Go on the story. How you almost got the car stolen.
How you got the car stolen.
At the time we had like a Toyota Wish and it was like just a basic car. Hooning down the highway.
Cruising at 20.
But we bought it second hand. It's like when we just moved in the country. It was like a year after maybe. Okay. So we had got this car and it had a small battery in it. It had a smaller battery than like the actual stock. Since it was second hand, they had swapped it out. Right. And we didn't know this, but a couple of times before it had run out of battery really quick by just leaving like the indoor lights on. So we kind of figured out that it's got like either bad battery or a small battery. Right. So then the whole thing we were like, my mom was always making sure like don't leave the lights on when you leave the car. Like if you're gonna go out and get something fun, don't leave the lights on. And what I did, I left the lights on.
Oh, great.
So in the morning, like when we went to go get in the car, there was no power in the car, and so then there was at least luckily at the time my I don't want to call him my stepdad. He was my
extra dad.
Not even. He wasn't really a father. He wasn't really a dad type of person.
Daddy.
He was like a person. He felt more like a roommate at that point in life. Yeah, right. Just mate.
A bro.
So and then like so he had his car, luckily. So we were able to get the jumper cables and get them under the other car. So then, but afterwards we had to leave it running for a bit, right? So.
Oh no.
So we get it all up. We get it all up, and then so I go out and I put the keys in, and I turn it on, and it's running, and it's like fine, and then we leave it running for a bit, and he's like, oh yeah, just don't leave the car out there because it's running. No. He said leave the gate closed because we had the gate, sliding gate at the time. He's like, leave the gate closed because the car's running, and so I closed the gate, but I didn't actually latch it, so I just like shut it. So I go inside to get like a drink of water, and it was like real quick. It was like in the span of about like a minute. Yeah. And I go inside, and then the other guy goes out, and he's like, did you move the car? He's talking to my mom. He's like, did you move the car? And my mom was just like, no. And my heart, like at that moment, just like fucking dropped.
Oh my god!
Like
someone was watching the whole time.
Yeah. Because then we found out that it had been stolen. We called the police, and eventually they got it back. But like they had like a whole ass car chase with it. Supposedly they told us they had to like put spikes on the roads.
Oh
no stop way. The guys. Yeah. So it was like a whole ass car chase like in our car.
Damn.
But we got the story, and our next door neighbors at the time. We were in a pretty sketchy neighborhood. Yeah. But the next door neighbors they gave this I think they told us or the police. I can't remember, but they said. So there was a guy that came around that was like kind of like their friend that kind of hang around the neighborhood, and he saw our car was running over the fence, and he saw that it was running, just like sitting there running, and then he's like, does anyone, he asked them, do you know who owns that car? And then they're like, no. He's like, looks like it's like, easy to steal.
Free real estate. So they actually knew the guy.
Yeah, and then,
wow. Great neighbors.
So yeah, and then he obviously watched, and once I went inside, then he just took his chance and left with it. But
wow.
Yeah, so and then I was at that age, like I didn't want to admit it was my fault. I was like, no, it's like there's no one else's fault it could be. I was like, it's not my fault, Mum. No,
it's the car's fault.
Yeah,
I'm not a victim blaming.
yeah.
Wow.
But So yeah, that's how we got.
Wow,
got
and did you get the?
Wow.
Did they put the new tires on it for you?
Yeah. Like the whole front, because like when the thing.
They just tow it up and park it like, "Yep, there's your car back. You're welcome."
Because they told us that like when the spikes hit the tires, it caused the tires pop, and it's like quite an instant pop. And then the tire actually popped off of the whole thing. Then so like there was no more tires. The car, how it stopped, one of the front right tire the whole tire came off of the actual axle. So then the car like stopped like this. So then this part of the car was totally ripped away because it was still going fast and it was like on the road. So then we got it all fixed up like under insurance. So yeah, we had like that was all patched up. But
sounds like the police are having fun that day.
Ready to pop the tires.
Yeah, so that's that's my little story of one of the biggest failures. I'd say no.
Wow.
Actually,
you got another one to top.
You got one that tops police chase.
I do, but it's a personal one. It's not personal. It's just I won't say it on the podcast.
Okay.
Or after the mics are turned off.
Yeah.
A lot happens after.
You make a donation and then maybe you get to.
Yeah. We can make like.
Hit us up at Patreon when we make it.
No. Patreon is for wussies. We're gonna make an OnlyFans. OnlyFans, but we just upload the exclusive content.
We just upload the pre-ASMR show that we do.
And
okay, I think we might wrap this up.
Yeah, we should wrap it up.
I'm getting pretty hungry as well.
What did we learn? Nothing.
What did we learn today? I learned a lot about you guys. I don't want to trust you with my car or you with my no.
You didn't learn anything bad about me, because I'm so guarded.
True. I mean, no, it's like we don't say these things to be judged, and we don't judge them when people say them. You know,
it's good to be open about mistakes.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I'm glad I learned a bit more about you guys today.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's mostly just observing and judging. I'm joking. I'm very impressed.
I get that all the time, Emmy, don't worry. Emmy gets in my car and she's like...
When was this? When did you get this pizza? There's a pizza box at my feet and I was curious.
There's a receipt in it from 10 days ago. That's not actually a joke.
Maybe 11 days ago. It actually happened.
Yeah.
I was still recording.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, we'll update it.
Should I do?
I'm just going to come out looking like a really bad guy. No.
Okay, so should we do the sign off? Okay,
what's the sign
time
off?
To wrap it up.
I think the sign off is bye.
Or we're gonna do like the social thing again.
Oh,
yeah. So
social thing. If you want to socialize with us, then.
Yeah. If you want to find Charlie, you can say.
You can find me. You can find me at my business runnerfilms.co.nz and on Instagram with that same name.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Consistency.
Runner Films were taken, so.
Oh no.
I have to add the .co.nz.
That's good. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube at Emmy Hucker.
You can find me. Hold on. You can find me at Kei Ellis. Kei, if that was wrong. You can find me at Kei.Ellis.
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 Ooh, that's smooth. That is
I felt so weird doing that.
That was good. Yeah. I like it.